Salvation. Part 9. We are adopted as God's heirs and sons, inheriting salvation. Chapter 1. The Bible speaks of us becoming sons and heirs, and of how we will have a spiritual inheritance.
A further aspect of salvation. Because of Christ's redemption and what we grow through, we receive adoption as God's children, co-heirs with Christ.
Some are chosen and predestined to be adopted as sons.
Ephesians 1. God chose us before the foundation of the world. He predestined us to adoption as sons. Also we have obtained an inheritance, having been predestined according to His purpose, who works all things after the counsel of His will.
We become an heir, adopted as a son, and receive the promises given to Abraham by being redeemed by Christ.
Galatians 3 and 4. And if you are Christ's, then you are Abraham's descendants, heirs according to promise. Now I say, as long as the heir is a child, he does not differ at all from a slave, even though he is owner of everything. But he is under guardians and managers until the date set by the Father. So also we, while we were children, were held in bondage under the elemental things of the world. But when the fullness of the time came, God sent forth His Son, born of a woman, born under the law, so that He might redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons. Because you are sons, God has sent forth the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Therefore, you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if a son, then an heir through God.
He who overcomes will have an inheritance from God and will be his son.
Revelation 21. And he who sits on the throne said, Behold, I am making all things new. And he said, Write, for these words are faithful and true. Then he said to me, It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give freely from the spring of the water of life to the one who thirsts.
To give freely means to give an unearned gift.
He who overcomes will inherit these things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son.
We will inherit salvation, and we are being helped by angels.
Hebrews 1. Are the angels not all ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation?
We inherit life as much as we are willing to leave certain things and seek Christ's kingdom first.
Matthew 6. Do not be worried about your life, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Matthew 19. Then Peter said to him, Behold, we have left everything and followed you. What then will there be for us? And Jesus said to them, Truly I say to you, that in the regeneration, when the Son of Man will sit on his glorious throne, you who have followed me shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone who has left houses or brothers or sisters or father or mother or children, or farms for my name's sake, will receive many times as much, and will inherit age-lasting life. But many who are first will be last, and the last first.
The first are those ranked highest in importance in society. The last are the least important in the world. But the meek and lowly are most important to God.
James 2. Did not God choose the poor of this world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he promised to those who love him? Matthew 5. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
God preordained that He would give certain people an inheritance in Him.
Ephesians 1. In Christ, we were assigned an inheritance, having been predestined according to God's purpose, who works all things after the counsel of His will, to the end that we who were the first to hope in Christ would be to the praise of His glory.
We become fellow heirs with Christ and gain this inheritance as a result of persevering.
Romans 8. For all who are being led by the Spirit of God, these are sons of God. For you have not received a spirit of slavery, leading to fear again, but you have received a spirit of adoption as sons, by which we cry out, Abba, Father. The Spirit Himself testifies with our spirit that we are children of God. And if we are children, we are heirs also, heirs of God and fellow heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with Him, so that we may also be glorified with Him. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that is to be revealed to us. We ourselves, having the first fruits of the Spirit, wait eagerly for our adoption as sons, the redemption of our body. With perseverance we wait eagerly for it.
This was Salvation, Part 9.